Oh, hello. How's the lighting? How are we doing for lighting here? It looks okay. We don't really need my face lit up too brightly, let's face it. Okay, I'm going to get the chat up. Here we go. Okay, testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. Here we go. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. Yeah, that sounds alright. Hello, hello. How are we doing? Mark, you are tested. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How are you doing, Mark? I saw your email that you sent this evening regarding the creatures of the corn. Thank you. I will get to that. I spent a lot of time today with your corrections for Alien Sanctuary. So that has now been uploaded. Robert, good to see you. Nick, hello, hello, hello. Did you want me to check the Halloween stuff? Yes, I do. I'm gonna put it in I'm gonna put it in the table format because I think that for what you want to look at, Nick, specifically the table connections, I think it needs to be in that format rather than just a solid state text, just a text Word doc, which we have. But it's completely up to you. If you prefer the Word doc, let me know. If you prefer the PDF, so you can see how it works, then either way, you let me know, okay? Dominic, good to see you. D. Johnson. David. Is it David? I think it is. David Day, of course. David, I saw that there's a Tolkien book, a Tolkien encyclopedia or reference book, written by David Day. And I thought of you, and I thought, is David an expert on Tolkien? Now, you might want to enlighten me. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. David Morrison, good to see you, my friend. Graham, good to see you. Mike, thanks for that email, Mike, by the way. Much appreciated. Nick, yes, so yeah, tell me what you think. Mark, goodo. Got a glass of wine this evening. It's funny, I just can't stream. I just suddenly feel all snotty, like I'm going to sneeze. Danny, any idea when Spiral Bound books might be on the store? They're going to be on the store on Sunday. So they'll be there, Danny. Vincent, good to see you. How Debbie, I came back from my work trip and found my 2D6 Realms in my mail. Looks amazing. Fantastic. Thank you. Now, I will briefly go over the news for the postage when it comes to 2D6 Dungeon. Jeff... AK, I'm going to sneeze. Oh my god. Hang on. Well, that's so embarrassing. It's like you press. I was just thinking how clear I felt before I came on the stream. Danny, cool. David, I am, but it's not me, regrettably. David Day was written at least... Oh! Sneezed. Right. There must be some dust, though. I'll tell you what. If you collect toys, dust is a real problem. They settle on the toys and behind the toys, and I collect, like, pots and stuff like that, and all the dust. Oh, my God. So from moving a matter of like 2 meters from one desk to the next, it can involve a sudden intake of all sorts of dust. What do they say dust is? I think it's something disgusting. Right. So David comes in with this. I'm going to read this again properly. I am, but it's not me, regrettably. Oh, so you are a Tolkien expert, which is fantastic. We know any questions, fire them at David. David Day has written at least 4 Tolkien books. They're not the best, though. I like that last comment. Well, maybe you should pen something, David, and get it published in that sphere. Or maybe even do a Kickstarter. We'd back you. Matt, good to see you, my friend. Leon, thank you, bless you. I think this is disgusting for obviously the pro streamer that you're looking at here. Recluse 336. Recluse, why have you got 336 after your name? Is that like, are you the 336th recluse? Could be. It might be a popular name. Okay, so fantastic. So today, briefly, we're going to have a look at talk about the postage and the situation we're at with that, and then we're going to do some gameplay. We're going to play the Ancient Mineshaft from Lairs Volume 2, which actually is not here. I usually have one next to me, but you can see it in here. Lairs Volume 2, there you go. Beautiful picture by Dean Spencer. And it's in the omnibus, and because the omnibus has got the spiral, well, some editions of it do, we're going to use this and lay it out flat. Spiral is good, I think, for streaming. Ordinarily, I don't use a spiral when I'm playing. I just use the paperback, but I think for streaming, it's good. Don't forget, hit the like button, folks. Thank you, David. I don't say that sort of thing enough. Star Glider, my friend, good to see you. Just started playing my first 2-6 dungeons, says 01 Horns fan. Hang on. Do you support Watford? Because if you do, that is bloody cool. Because I do as well. Enjoying it so far. Thank you. Thank you, Hornets fan. Come on, you Horns. Recluse says, I used to occasionally go shooting with a Merlin 336 rifle. Fantastic. That is a great fact. Thank you for that, Recluse. I do like that. I like the way you just said, nah. That is it's an underused word. That's a word that we used to use a lot when I was a kid. Nah, but it's a bit out of date. Sorry if I'm kind of pinning you down on your age. Haha. I'll support Watford for ya, but their stateside college football team in my case. Oh my God, really? Fantastic. That is, what a small world, eh? David, I almost missed another stream. You're here, David, don't worry. Nothing like having training on your day off. Fantastic. That is awesome. It feels like the planets are aligning this evening. Blaine, I found some of the tables in 2-6 realm cut off on the left in my coil. Get out of it, man. That's just unlucky. Sorry, Blaine. I mean, is it just like it's going to be the top? I mean, this is the sort of the width we're looking at here. None of these are cut off. These are the same positioning as the normal table, so you've got to be bloody unlucky, Blaine. I'm sorry about that, my friend. I mean, if there's anything there that you're unsure about, you can always reference the PDF, if need be. There's always going to be a bit of an experiment to find the spirals going in. You know, as far as we're concerned, they seem to work really well. Great feedback from people. Rebus, cheers, Rebus. Did I miss you, man? Did I miss you? No. Yeah, cheers to you too, Rebus. So did you make the spiral bound book for yourself, or is this commercially available? This is commercially available, although that is a foul word. You can purchase it at the shop. They're all going on our main shop on Sunday. If they're not there Sunday, they'll be there Monday and possibly Tuesday, just because it takes time to put these things together, and if we don't quite get it done, my wife does it. She's full time at a school as a Senko, so it's like supporting the special needs children in the school, and she's at work during the day on Monday, but she would then carry on doing it on the Monday evening, so it might push over a little bit. But they are available in the Lairs Omnibus, the 2d6 Dungeon, and the Realms book. So you can get them. In fact, you can get those books in 4 formats: the paperback, the hardback, the spiral, and the faux leather. Which all those sent out now. So will the dice make it to? Oh, of course, Matt. The dice, of course. So everything's going to be on there. The dice, the spiral editions of all the books, anything that people could have got on the last Kickstarter is going to be available. And the reason is we have now sent out all, as far as we're aware, unless there's some kind of, unless we haven't got an address or there's some anomaly, then we have sent out, I can't say that word, and then we have we sent all of the original orders, backers out. Hundreds and hundreds of orders have gone. My hands I've lost the fingerprints on my hands from so much packing. I'm not kidding. I now try and log into my iPad with my fingerprint on the button, because it's quite an old iPad, and it doesn't work anymore. So that says something, doesn't it? Maybe it needs to grow back. And we are now also like 2/3 through the late pledges. Now there again, hundreds and hundreds of people were late backers. So some people have contacted us, and we are working very hard to try and get those out over the next few days. So come Monday morning, we want to be putting the last of the late pledges in the post, and we'll be taking new orders and doing new orders for stuff, which therefore means that all the original backers and all the late pledges have been sent their stuff. Okay, so any new orders will be following on from that. That is always been our aim. Oh, David, you've become a member. Thank you for joining. That is where you are now, in the Hall of Adventurers, my friend. Thank you. There's like a join membership thing on YouTube. I never really bring it up or anything, but if you do want to become a member of the stream, it's like a very small amount of money each month. You can do it there. Don't feel like you have to. But I do appreciate it, David. Thank you. You get a little icon next to your character, next to your name as well for that. I will look further into where these pages are and send you an email regarding this matter rather than complaining on stream. Oh, Blaine, I'm sorry. Oh, God. Yeah, send me an email. Don't put it on Facebook. Send me an email, and we will directly address it. It's much more sensible that way. Danny, it's okay. I can't say Worcestershire sauce. Yeah. No, there's a few things I can't say. Man, congratulations on finishing the posting. Glad you didn't have to lick 1,000 stamps like you might have to in the old days. Well, actually, you say that, but you would have got a franking machine back in the olden days. You know, like you put them in and it franks it. I used to do those when some old job I had. But yeah, you could have been posted. The problem is that the parcels, they're so heavy. A lot of these parcels, they're like over 2 kilograms. So they are. You would have to you do really big, lots of stamps if that was the case. It'd be more than 1,000. The faux leather versions are lovely, really, really nice. Got mine yesterday. Thank you, Adrian. Yes, I know. We're dealing with that, Adrian. Joe's looking at that at the moment, my friend. No issue with... Yeah, Adrian was missing a book. I think there have been 1 or 2 occasions when people haven't got the books, and it's just because of the repetition of doing it. And I think with if you get a big posting out from any company, and there's always 1 or 2 things missing, we will deal with that and send it straight out to you, Adrian. Do not worry, my friend. I appreciate your support. Just got my Realm goodness last night. That's great to know, Raymond. Raymond, my friend. Greatly appreciate the care put into packaging each component. We do try. Oh, thank you, Horns fan. My 2D6 round packaging was quality work. Packing was fan. Thank you, Adrian. John. Where would he be without John? John's on the stream. John Ross, good to see you. Yeah, so fantastic. So, as I was saying, we're in a great position. We have... we want to get to a position, obviously, where we've got all the late pledges gone, and I'm just doing day-to-day orders. That would be fantastic. It has been a really intense process, but I'm happy to do it. This is part of what my job is. So, you know, I'm unpacking that stuff. I'm singing a happy tune. Copper Mutant, good to see you. Hello, fellow mutants. Best packing of any Kickstarter I've had. Oh, Matt! You're gonna get all embarrassed now. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I always think, you know, and I apply this to life as a general rule. You know, if I was to receive the goods, how would I want them packaged? How would I want to see them? How would I want to receive them? And so that's kind of my philosophy. And yeah, I pass that on to my son. He helps with the packaging. Joe does some of the packaging sometimes. Yeah, it's just part of what this is. Quality product, quality packaging. We want people to believe in what we do, not just because the game has been well received, but because of the quality and, you know, the whole package. The communication, you know, it's important, and it's actually I really enjoy trying to deliver a great product. You know, that is a great experience, experiential. That is a lot. People talk about that these days. It's true. People want a good experience because there's so many options out there. If you don't have a good experience, you know, you're kind of like, well, I could go somewhere else. You know, so. It's your labour of love project. Danny, you are right. It is a labour of love. I do love what this is. And I'm really lucky that it's been well received. And that I'm continuing this journey on. We're going to have Legendary Dungeon. Well, in fact, before Legendary Dungeon, we have Creatures of the Corn, which will be released next week. So that will be... it's a Halloween special. We're probably going to try and give a week... or 4 days before Halloween, so that there's enough time to get it ready for people to, excuse me, maybe play it on the night. So, yeah, on Halloween night. And I've tried to give it a nice, scary theme, and it draws upon popular culture, obviously, with the name. So, obviously, it draws directly upon the Children of the Corn. There's no children in this, there are creatures in this. So, and there's a story about an ancient... Well, you'll find out. I don't want to give too many spoilers. So, that is coming soon. David, I'm sending it through to you, my friend, once I put it together. I said it because we've got Jeff, Ray, and... Ray, have I sent it to you yet? We've got the guys that kind of really nailed down... some of the stuff, but David, I want you to kind of give me your feedback on how you feel the story is when you play it. So I'm going to send that through to you, my friend. Looking forward to Creatures of the Corn. Planning to do a haunted house this weekend. Fantastic. Rebus, you'll need to, because with the Halloween specials, it's the constable who deals with it, and he goes into the haunted house. But for the Creatures of the Corn, he needs to be level 2 really to be able to deal with that encounter. So best try and level him up. You can do that. Ray, I will send that through to you, my friend. I will. Yeah. It's just me remembering to do stuff. I will get that through to you. And yeah, so we're gonna have like a few days. I'm going to put it into the file this weekend. I'm also getting Alien Sanctuary ready to print on Monday. That's going to print for all the backers. Looking forward. David, I see your dice and have seen them in several Facebook posts. What makes them different from other dice? Good question, David. Let's have a look. Right, so there are the room dimension dice, X and Y, there. So you don't have to isolate, you can just say X 4 across, 2 up, with the X and Y coordinates. And you've got the doors dice, which 0 doors. You've got a 0 there. And then you've got up to 3. And that gives you the chances of rolling a door there. A nice kind of wood type effect. These are kind of like stone, slate and grey. And then you've got 2 quite different coloured, complementary colours, yellow and the blue. But they are your primary and secondary. Look at that, double 1. They just go with it, so it's just like a playing set. Everybody's got 2d6 dice. That's why I picked it partly anyway. But these are quite the opposite colours. I like the poker style, so that's what we're dealing with. That's the 5 set. It comes in a nice little bag. You can put it in your suitcase when you go to work, and then delve into the dungeon on your lunch break. At first I heard creatures of the corn. An old Warhammer reference there, which would also be scary, but we don't want to step on the toes of anyone's IP. Indeed. Blood for the blood god. Danny, fantastic. Danny, scary. Danny's done some funny like rabbit type head things. David says, what sort of level character for Khorne? What would a level 5 character that's compatible for the Haunted House, completed the Haunted House, be okay, or would it be over? It would be too powerful, David. I'm sorry. Did you go up to level 5 in the? You shouldn't. Wow. Did you level up to? You can't have leveled up to level 5. Oh, have you done the Haunted House a number of times? That would probably make sense. That's a clever addition. What the dice? Yes. Yeah. It's just a nice, simple little set. Does the job. You know, we're going to have yellow as primary and blue as secondary for this dice here. I just love this. I just wanted an excuse to have some blue poker dice. I like these dice. The big pips. It's all a simulation, man. Yeah, I remember your name from last time. It's all because I read your name as part of the sentence and I felt really stupid afterwards. Toby, my guy, I've started playing 2d6 Dungeon and I have a question. Are health points the only means of healing inside health potions? No. There are. That's a really good question. No, you can eat. You can cook, and now you're asking me to remember all the mechanisms in the game, aren't you? So there's a food mechanism. There is. You can go back to the town and heal up. There are magical encounters in the game where you heal things. You can create healing balms and salves and use herbs to do. So there are lots of ways of healing up. Constable maxes out 11.5. Good point, Jeff. So yeah, no, there are lots. I think there may even be a healing scroll. Actually, if we have a look, let me have a look here. I can't remember. Scrolls tend to be not healing based. Is there a healing scroll? I can't remember now. Yeah, no, there is. Surging health. The scroll. You don't see that very often. That's quite a rare. It's a rare scroll. Plus 20 health points. And then there's a number of different potions. Yeah, herbivores wait for the patrol to come through a locked door and eat a ration. Yep. So there are. It's all sort of built in. Not that I remember them all the time, but there's definitely numerous options. And, you know, as we developed the game, people suggested things from their experiences and we kind of incorporated a few little bits here and there. And so as a new adventurer down in the dungeon, you can take it from me that your experiences will be supplemented by other people's experiences. So they've fed into this game with ideas and concepts, and not all have gone in. Some have been left out, but some were fantastic, and we all agreed, and they kind of go into what this game has evolved to be, and is evolving still. We've got, as I say, the Halloween special, then we've got Legendary Dungeon coming in December, and then next year we've got 2D6 Void, which is going to be the sci-fi version, which I'm really excited about. But I can't think about too much because there's a lot to think about at the moment. Herbal remedies, but then you have to face. It's true. That is, Matt. Okay, I'll have to better review the text. Also anxious to return to town from dungeon level 1 at under 50% completion. Well, it's a good point. It's a good point. When do we return to town? So I personally do end up going back at 50 to 70% of the time, because you get to a situation where you're on the edge. So you're kind of like, you may have, in that first level, you may be at a situation where you're down to 2 or 3 points, no health, no healing potions. Bloody go to town, get healed up, buy some stuff if you want to get some more armor. That's key. If you can reduce the damage down from what you take in level 2, then you're on the way to securing a good path through the dungeon. Occasionally you'll read in the Facebook that people have made it through and they are they're breezing through level 4 and 5. You want to worry about situations like that, because they're going to hit the high levels and they are going to suffer. Okay, if you hit level 9 after the maze level and you're still level 8 or level 7, then you're in trouble. You can eat a ration while how many? So Rebus, that is I have to look up that. What the ration is only when waiting for patrol through a locked door or while on the stairs between levels. Plus 2 HP per character level. Can't eat rations otherwise for healing. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff, that is right, because you spend some time preparing it and making it better, resting, healing. Those two situations aren't just scoffing down some mushrooms. You actually are taking your time to prepare the food, but also to rest while you do it. John says, can't wait for the Void. I know, I'm excited. I'm more excited about the Legendary Dungeon at the moment. That is coming. That is going to be great. I can't wait. That is going to be it's going to be epic. That is the word I want to use to describe it. Awesome. So we have obviously got the cards. We're going to use those today. And in previous streams, we have looked at volume 1 of the Lairs, and we have done. I think we've done the Infernal Cave and the Sunken Swamp before, and the tables are there. But with this, we have volume 2, and our character that we're going to use is one that we've used before. That is Cornelius Shearhad. Cornelius Shearhad. Cornelius. I think, were we talking about Planet of the Apes? Was there a reference there at the time? Let's look at this camera. Yeah. Is that better? No. It's not better. It's better like that. Okay. And this is the character. He is level 3. And Jeff says, yep. If you're wondering who Jeff is, it's Lars. If you're looking at the chat, so we've got 2 maneuvers. We've got 2 pieces of armor. As I was saying, getting pieces of armor is good. We've got one scroll. We've got a fireball here. Fireball scroll, 20 damage, which is important to remember. Potion of healing. And as well, Cornelius has been playing in the realm, so we have a little bit of realm that he's explored. But on this occasion, he's going down to the cave. Yes, that was regarding a Planet of the Apes. Yes, it was. Cornelius is the main ape in that, isn't it? Okay. Got a little bit of... I think we spent some... Go across 280 out and we haven't written anything underneath that. That's slightly concerning. But we'll just go with it. There's no favour points at the moment. So, we're going to look at the... I'm going to have a quick overview of the rules here. Just so we've got a bit more of an understanding there. And so... The mine has the walls of the mines are straight and cut by engineers like the dungeon walls. So it's just like straight dungeon stuff, which is fantastic. In fact, we've got a little bit of an example up here. Look at that one there. I think that was Jeff's work. I was in the other room. Did I hear you say there might be a sci-fi? Yes. Horns, yes. It's called 2d6 Void. It's coming next year. It will be second half of next year, because for the first half we'll be focusing on 2d6 dungeon, 2d6 legendary dungeon. So the Ancient Mineshaft is a 25 by 25 map. Has a ladder that descends from first room down to the final room. There's also a central shaft and runs down through the 3 levels. Remove a 5 by 5. You can see it over here. Square space from the center of each level, as seen in the simple layout example. There's no room details shown. The entrance room is 5 by 5. Here it's quite big, called the Mineshaft Mouth, with 3 exits, 1 on each wall. When you reach the final room, it is a lair, and the creature's taken up home there. Do not roll for a room. Instead, draw a 5 by 5 room with ornate pillars in the corners, and roll on this table here. Discover the creature that lurks there. There is also a final treasure on this particular table here, which is all in here. Mineshaft final room. And the basins is for a slightly... The basin is for a slightly more advanced, at least level 5 when you enter the basins of Adrumar, which is the second layer. And I wanted to provide something that was aimed at something that was higher level. So whereas the Mineshaft can be any level, right. Sweet. I've been super hoping for sci-fi on this system. Glad to hear it. Fantastic. Quick question: how do you know when you reach your final room of a level? Well, it's when you've done. I can read out the exact text in here just to show you, but generally it's when you've basically come to a position where it naturally leads into the end of the level. In a sense, you might have a couple of dead end spots where the rooms haven't been explored, but they're not going to lead anywhere. The final direction that you're traveling in, and you have to have explored, roughly speaking, 75% of the level. It's a really good question, though. After many iterations, I carefully put it. Knowing it's the last room is about understanding your forward momentum. Your path will have led to this last space. You might have left random rooms unexplored, doors you did not open, but would have led to dead ends and are therefore blocked on all sides. More often than not, the last room is the final room on the journey through the level. It's potentially near the top of the page, with usually at least 75% of the dungeon area covered with in your outer boundary by rooms and corridors. The last room you enter will contain the steps down to the next level. In this case, it's a ladder. Spaces that are clearly dead ends do not have to be explored to complete the level, but the last room may be a dead end, so add the stairs here. Okay, so it's a kind of like, there's a bit of flexibility with it, and I really don't mind when I see maps, when there's areas left, it's perfectly fine with me. And as I always said, that there is a forward momentum with this game that takes you through, gives you a kind of sense of your journey is continuous and exciting. Hopefully, that's the aim. But the aliens are coming next month, says Mike. David, yeah, but we're saving those ones, not blasting them into atoms. What I'm really excited, on a completely slightly different tangent, is this new spaceship with a probe. I've forgotten what it's called actually. They're sending it to Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, and they are going to be gathering the emissions, the steam and the water vapor from that leaves like geysers on the surface of Europa, to see whether there's signs of life. How cool is that? They'll be the aliens. Like you can't realistically place more rooms. Yeah. There will be areas where you might find there's like a space you haven't explored a room, but it wouldn't lead anywhere. So you can leave that unexplored if you want. That's perfectly fine. The Europa Clipper. No kidding. It's a weird name, but that's it. Thank you, Horn. Yes, Horn's fan. It's called the Europa Clipper, says Danny. Yes, I saw it take off. We can see all of the launches from my bloody hell. I'm so jealous. Danny. Oh, man. You got a spare bedroom? I'm coming over. We do plan to come over to America next year. That would be... that's the hope. Of course, it all depends on how 2d6 Legendary Dungeon does. Right. Let's have a look here. Okay, so let's just get plotting out here. We need 25 by 25, and then 5 out of the middle. It's actually quite big. No, must explore all areas. Completion here, yes. Right on, Recluse, says Jeff. Yeah, it's funny actually. There is definitely a vibe. Definitely a vibe for some people. They feel they have to do every single room. I really don't mind if there's one left. You know, so I guess it's all to their own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That is quite big. It's too big a chance that I will have missed something awesome. Adrian, yeah, that's true. There is a certain... Look, I would explore the rooms if you're like on level 4 and you're still level 3 character and you're going down to level 5. You know, or you're level 4 and you're still level 4 and you're way off, you're halfway through, you're not quite far enough to level 5. Go in those extra rooms and you can explore them and maybe get up to level 5. So there's a tactics involved. Hope everybody can see I'm drawing here. I might zoom in a little bit closer. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. Well, that's all right. Yes, I don't want to miss any goodies. Yeah, there may be some treasure. I mean, I guess if you're in your realm and you're trying to save up money to build your structures and pay your taxes, then you may feel like you want to explore more of the dungeon as you go around it. And there are different reasons, I guess. So I'm drawing the outer boundary at the moment. Hopefully that can be seen. And then we'll do I might actually just go around in pen just to give that a nice clear definition for people to see the play area, if you like. We've got an 8 here, that's good. So your characters should roughly be the same level as the dungeon they are entering. Dungeon level they are entering. Yes. You know, if you're... Yeah, kind of. It doesn't... As you get to like the last couple of levels, the creatures you encounter are very powerful. So if you're level 10 or level 9, you still may struggle. It's the mid section's a bit more baggy. The beginning is difficult. The end is difficult. You don't want to get too cocky in the middle, basically. The map looks fine on the stream. Fantastic. I actually could go in just a little bit closer there. And I want to make sure, yeah, it's a bit more that way. There we go. And I'm going to go over it in ink. It will make a difference. Just this outer boundary. There we go. Got to head out, Nick. Looking forward to the PDF. Yes, I will get that out to you, my friend. Yeah, you take care, Nick. And nice thick. That look, yeah, you can see that much better there. Lord of Fake. Hey there, got my spirals on Monday. So excited to play them. Fantastic. It's great to hear. It is the thing that is the most stressful thing for me, that my backers haven't got their products. And it's taken longer, and I just thank everybody for their patience. But most people are starting to receive it all now. There are some big packages winging their way across the world. And I just feel that they're going to take a bit longer. And there are some countries, we just had one return from Saudi Arabia and one return from Germany. In fact, over the last couple of weeks, we've had about 8 packages returned. When you consider we've probably sent out about 1,000, that's not too bad. You do expect a certain amount of returns, just because customs are bastards sometimes. Right, we also need to do 5 in the middle. And so we've got to figure out. So that's 5, so 20. So it's going to be 10 up, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is going to be the point, the line there. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's going to go up to here. Hopefully this makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then that goes like this. And that should give us the central area with any luck. There we go. This is a kind of like, that's the shaft down for the mine, if you like, down there. And I'm gonna outline that as well. And then we have a no-go zone. Nothing's going to be built there. And I'm going to just do a little bit of lines here just to sort of clearly define it. That looks okay. Right, and I'm going to try and have it up that way. That's it, like that. Okay, so just to recap here, this is the ancient mine. I'm just going to write that down here. Ancient mine shaft. Okay, down there, my kind of scrolly. I'm slightly at an angle to write sometimes, so hopefully my writing doesn't suffer too much. Right, we have not that book. Where are you? Where have you gone? There. Most mine shafts that are found in the land have collapsed and cannot be entered. But the ancient mine shaft was well established and has a complex network of deep rooms on 3 levels. These abandoned locations are feared by locals and can be a place where subterranean creatures have penetrated or sought shelter and must be cleared to remove the threat to the land. Particular creatures and quests can be found within the ancient mineshaft lair. Okay. So, just a couple of little pointers here. Hey there. You were a teacher, we know that you write bad. You're not kidding. So, just one little reminder here. You can retreat from combat. When you do this, you flee the lair, meaning it has not been cleared. When you escape the creature, it has one last attack. Creatures, if you return to fight the creature, you feel intimidated, and there's an intimidation effect. Here we can look at if that happens. So there are no patrols. Light floods in through the open of the mine shaft, so we are good for lighting. No connection to the dungeon. Dead ends. If you find you face a series of dead ends, you cannot progress. There is less than 80% of the lair explored. Then add an extra room. Mine walls are square like dungeon walls. In the lair, you now only gain experience points from killing creatures that are the same level or higher as your adventurer. Therefore, if you kill a creature that is a lower level, you gain no XP. Okay. There is some per level references here. New adventure. Right. Okay. Yeah, that is largely what we need to know. So the entrance room for the mine shaft is 5 by 5, which mirrors the central shaft. So we're going to draw that in here. Now I am going to add the doors in the most obvious places. Just going to do a ladder down here. There's a little ladder there. The mine shaft does have exit squares. It's probably the biggest entrance area. I don't know why I made it so big, but I guess maybe I was thinking about that central space there. All right, so we need to roll. We need to roll for the dimensions of the room. Let me just check entrance. Just want to check whether I did large rooms. Yep, you can have large rooms here. Yep. No restriction on, no connection to the doors, locks. There are no doors in the Ancient Mineshaft. Okay, that's important. So all exits are archways. There are chests, though, and some will be locked. This will be highlighted in the text. There you go. Light walls. Good. So, no doors, which is quite handy in a way. So we are going to roll for this first room on the left here. Nothing in that entrance area, the mineshaft mouth, this area here. But we need the die, using the new die. Here we go. So it's actually it's a corridor that leads along here. It's 1 by 5. See that? Or incidentally, if you like this font, it's called Leander. 1 by 5. So it's just a corridor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leads along this corridor here. Now there is an expansion written by a member of the community that does corridor encounters. If you're interested in that, you can pick that up on Drive-Thru RPG. The 2d6 Dungeon has a third-party license whereby you can create content. There are templates for the tables and that you can find on our website. If you go to drgames.co.uk and click on 2d6 Dungeon under the menu there, in the games section, you will see that there is a third-party license. So you click on that and then it gives you all the details. The games by Felix. Thank you. Shouldn't it be X? No. X1 and then... Oh, you're right. Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, you are so right. Sorry. My brain. Oh dear. That's a good start. Thank you. Incidentally, if I do stuff like that, that's because I'm slightly distracted. Do point it out for me. Good call. It's the other way around, which can make all the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. No, you are so right. Thank you for that. Inventive uses of the dice. Yes, so it goes up because the Y is the up. Yes, and that was a 5. Okay, we're going to carry on along this corridor and we're going to roll for this space here. Now it's going to probably butt up to this. Right, so we have 6 along and 2 up. So we've got 6 and we're going to squeeze it in. Ooh, actually, we could put it in there. And then that could be, that I would connect that up there like that. And there'd be like one room. But then we need a door this way. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to connect it up here. Just add in an extra one there. You can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many exits? Let's have a look. 2 exits. So I'm going to put an exit here. Okay, you can roll to see which walls. I tend to just go with my instinct here. And we've got one to the side. So what is in this room? Let's have a look, shall we? We're going to roll on the rooms table for the Ancient Mineshaft. And Ancient Mineshaft, here we go. What you may notice is that with these newer lairs, and from now on, I have expanded out the description so they're slightly bigger. Does the exit back to the entry count as one of the exits? No. That's a good question, actually. That is a good question. Jeff, that is a good question. There's two. Sometimes you're not really meant to have an exit on the same wall, but this obviously is an exception. That is a good point. I would say you are right on that ruling. Good call. So that already counts as an exit there. Typically, it goes into the new area. It would definitely count, but I can see that it is an exception. Well, if they're so rolling for exits, they are new exits, regardless of whether they are already entrances. Well, that is a good question. You can make the decision yourself. I think Jeff's raises a good point. The room now has 4 exits. You go. Sometimes it happens that way. I've taken that exit off because you're right. I consider it like sides. So for me, when I look at it as a designer, this having 2 on this wall here means like 1 exit in a sense, because they're like each wall, so you can have a maximum of 4 exits, kind of like flexibility depending on how the layout is going. Yeah, exactly. But I do agree with you. Right, you're right. Actually, calling me up on that one. And in fact, that's how it is often. Because of the natural kind of fluidity of the generation system, you can you can decide yourself as you do it, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, it's all about having fun, isn't it, and getting the layout right. Let's find out what this room is. Right, so the yellow is the primary. Let's have a roll. What do we got? 61. Okay, that'll be down here somewhere. Mess hall. That doesn't sound good. 2 tables and chairs have been set down on the makeshift floorboards. To one side is an old stove, and 4 large pots hang from hooks embedded in the stone wall. 2 metal plates sit on the table. Right, I'm going to try and add in a little bit of detail here. To one side is an old stove and 4 large pots. Right, I'm going to have this area here. We're going to have some floorboards. We're going to have a table here, like so, with 2 plates there, and some floorboards. Because don't forget, this is like a mine, so the floors are going to be rough. And this is a very rough sketch. I think you're going to kind of appreciate that. I like to write in here. Some people will number them. For instant recognition, I like to write it attached to the room there. So, to one side is an old stove. We're going to put a stove here. Why not? Kind of like almost like the chimney of it is going into the shaft there. Let's have some legs in there like that. Some coal sort of spilled onto the floor there. And 4 large pots hang from hooks embedded on the stone wall. So I'm going to put some pots up here. Nice, kind of just like handles. It's a bit rough. That kind of fills in. They're not exactly rules, more like guidelines. Andy. Captain Jack Sparrow. I like it. Very good. Yeah, you can just imagine him saying that as well, can't you? 2 forms are slumped in chairs at the table. They rise slowly as you enter. They are zombie miners. Defend yourself. If you survive, you find some items. Roll on POT2 and WIT2. Also roll on another encounter. Okay, so we've got quite a lot going on here. We've got 2 chairs. Going to put those in here. And 2 zombie miners. Oh my lord. Now, looking at these, we have to pick the one which is closest to... that's the dungeon card. You don't want those. You want the realm cards. Right. Here we go. Okay. So, the zombie miners. Where are you? Undead miners, I mean. Yes, here we go. That's what I mean. Undead miners. So, we have a... Frank, good to see you. And here we go. Let's tie this in here. It's time for the first combat. It is indeed. Right. There. So we have... We're in this... We've got 2 undead miners, sometimes called zombie miners. HP 18. We are in a tough spot. Health points 30. So that's not so bad. Let's get the shift dice up. We do need the other ones for that. Put those over there. Bear with me while I organise myself. Here we go. Oh, that's the month tracker. That is for there as well. Oh dear, should have had this out really. Where is it? I'm so pro streamer. I've got some scrolls actually, you're right. Fireball scroll. My word, Jeff. What do I always say? Always remember to use your scrolls and your potions. I'm going to use the fireball scroll and we're going to cast it. Need to roll doubles. We're going old school here. This is the round. I've got an old round tracker here. I'm going to use, and we've got round. Oh, that's the month tracker. Where's my tracker gone? Oh dear, I've had it out and I haven't put it away, haven't I? It's a standard procedure. Where is it? Oh. Where? Ah, there it is. There we go. Right. So we have combat fatigue die. There we go. And then shift adjustments will go underneath there in a minute. Round 1. Ding ding. Okay. There we have got the character. There's 2 of them. So right, we have a scroll. So I'm going to cast a scroll. It's quite a difficult one. Throwing weapons. I've got any throwing weapons? That is a good point. I've got throwing axe +3. Ooh. No, we're gonna use the fireball. Okay. So to cast scrolls, you have to roll a 2d6, and to cast, roll a d6. If you roll a double, you have locked in the power and carried out the scroll's effect successfully. Otherwise, the spell fails. You can use your discipline modifier to shift the dice to a double, following the same process as the attack with maneuvers. Some complex scrolls have 1 or more dispel doubles listed. The spell also fails if the dispel doubles is rolled, representing the power brought forth. So this has 4 4s as dispel doubles, which is pretty tough actually, because they're the ones you can shift to more easily if you like. So it's quite a difficult scroll to cast. It's hard to control. If you fail to cast a spell, then there may be complications. Roll on the fail to cast correctly table. Some scrolls have a failed modifier, which is deducted or added to the failed or cast correctly roll. Right. No modifier as such, but dispel double. So here we go. We're going to try and cast the scroll on one of these undead miners. Here we go. Let's roll. 3. What is my discipline? My discipline is 2. So we can turn it to 3/3, which means we get a fireball launches towards one of the undead miners and does 20 damage, killing the miner. Thank you, Jeff. Good call. So one miner is down to 0, or -2 as the case may be. And we have to get rid of this scroll, because that is used very handy. Thank you very much for reminding me. Right, so we're down to one undead miner. And we are going to roll for the first round of combat. So bearing in mind, my dice sets are 3-2 and 6-4. I have 2 shift. $66. So that is a special attack. Okay. So when that happens, you can select the attack, which I'm going to do is the incisive heft. Okay, when you're attacking and you do a 66, you get, when you roll double 6, you can, and then you add your shift to the damage as well. Let me just show you here. If you roll the exact number, that's an exact strike. But rolling the double 6 gives you a, here we go, it's called prime attack. Right, for that's if you roll a double 1, if you roll a double 6 for your attack, you have performed a prime attack. Select any one of your maneuvers, add your total shift, including shift from the fatigue die, to damage. There you go. So I played the whole base game and never managed to get a scroll off. And you do it in your first go. I'm calling loaded dice. You never managed to get a scroll off? The magic obviously wasn't flowing, David. It wasn't there. This guy's obviously got some kind of magic user heritage, maybe. All right. So, we are on to, so I rolled 6-6. I'm picking the incisive heft, d6 plus 3 damage, plus 2 shift. I'm going to take this off here. I think that was some sort of bonus from the last game. So, here we go. 6 damage, plus 5, 11 damage. These undead miners didn't know what hit them. That is outrageous. 7 left. Okay, they're going to have a little go at hitting me. Right, so. Yeah, you got to use your discipline. Right, so they roll a 2-2-5 plus 2 shift. And they can't shift through it. Let's go to round 2. So 2-4. Well, look up. No, I can't do it. I've got plus 2 shift and 1 off. Okay. They get a go. And roll 2-6. No, way off. Let's go to round 3. And my attacks here, 4-4. I can shift it to the incisive heft, which is d6 plus 3. Oh, I didn't check. Well, for armor, it doesn't matter for the precise hit, but This has on primaries 1s and 4s -2 damage. Okay, so it's 6/4, so no shift in the damage there. Very nice. D6 +3. Here we go. 6 points of damage, taking it down to 1. There's just like a melted heap of flesh and undead zombie miner lying on the floor. They didn't know what hit them. He's going to try and get some revenge here. 3, 6. Can't. There's his 1, 2, and 6, 5. Nowhere near that one, unfortunately. And then on to round 4. And that brings in +1 shift up here. I roll 5, 6. And I can shift it again to, I can shift that down 2 to 4. And then this up to 6 using 3 shift points, which means it's incisive Hest again. So it's going to be death. 7 points of damage, -6. Wow. This room. At first when I played, I forgot the primary secondary dice have to be matched in that order. Yeah, you've got to, that it's kind of pivotal to picking the maneuvers and understanding what hits and what misses and what damages can be reduced. No, you don't, Jeff, because it's one strike rather than a scroll. That's how I've always viewed it, but it's a good question, and the fact that is something that isn't covered in the rulebook. Does magic count to give you momentum? That is a good question. I'd instinctively no, but it could do, I guess. You could probably take it either way. It would be up to you. Good question, though. Right. So, we have... let me just put a little bit of cross-hatching in here. Quite like a little bit of cross-hatching. Break up the space a bit. There we go. Alright. So we've got 2 roll on MINOT1. Let's do that. Minor object table 1, I think it is. That's in here. Let's find that one. And then we've got the room itself, which we want to double check on, and we want to give the experience points as well. So experience here, this is big. Look, 110 for each. So that's 220, which brings me up to currently on 652, which takes me up to 873. So we're advancing quickly. That is quite epic. Right, so we've got 2 rolls on the mine-related item table. MINOT1. It's 2d6. Let's do this. 8. There are 3 large support beams here worth 1 gold coin each. There we go. 3 large support beams. Wow. Now, let's put those in our heavy items. So that's going to be, if we go with, each one of these is worth, here worth 1 gold each. Okay, so I'm going to write in my thing, large. I'm going to carry these. They'll attach to my pack. And I'll sell those in town. But they take up some space in my backpack, you see. I may even be dragging them around with me and just lumping them to one side because I know I'm going to sell them. You are not wrong. Thanks, Jeff. Got to go. Catch the rest later. No problem, Rebus. You take care, my friend. Right, so I would have smashed them anyway. No worries. Let's roll again. 7. There's a small hand pick worth 2 gold pieces. Okay. All right. Let's put that in here. Right, I do have a lockpick here, incidentally. And some mushrooms, a potion bottle, bones, teeth and fangs, leather boots. All right, there's some stuff to sell in town there, isn't there? A small hand pick. Actually, that, that actually may be useful for climbing, maybe. Could be a useful tool. Fantastic. And then the room itself, we go back to the room. Here. 61, I believe. 61. There was 4 large pots. I might take a large pot. Maybe I'll look in the stove as well. I'm gonna go over to the stove and have a little rummage around inside the stove, and I find some coal. So I'm gonna put a lump of coal, and I'm not going to take all. I'll take a large pot. Now it says large, which is a clue for these things. So I'm going to put a pot here, and maybe we'll sell that back in town, or maybe it might be useful for putting something in. We'll just have to see. So quite a lot has gone on there. Was there one other room? There was. Oh yes, we've got a. You find some items. We're on pot table 2. Wow, this room has really has given a lot. Let's just look up the. Let's go to the index here. In fact, I know where that table is. Here we go. What have we found? It's a potion. Roll a d6. Here we go. Pot table 2. 2. A potion of extra healing. Very. Oh no, I can't roll that die. That's the blimmin'. This is the die. 4. Potion of gain health. Okay, that is sweet. Potion of gain health. I'm gonna put that on here. Potion of gain health. All right, I think that is pretty damn good. Is that 20 plus 20? Potion of gain health. Gain 15. Gain 15 HP. That exceeds beyond baseline. It's worth 25 gold pieces. That is a bloody good find. Okay, and then we've got WIT2, which is that here? Yes, it is WIT2. D6 4. A vial of ash. Okay, I'll put that in my small items table. A vial of ash. That sort of thing is good for gifts to the gods. The table's codex. So although this is the Lairs, I'm using the main rules and some of the stuff in there to roll on. So it refers back to some of the tables in the core rules, basically. And then we have IU Mine Table 1, which is incidents and unexpected events. So let's go forward a little bit here. So here we are. Yes, here. D66. Yellow first. 65. Rolling high today. 65. There is a ladder here. It leads up to a ledge and placed inside of 2 items. Roll twice on mine item table 1. Flipping hell, this space has been laden with mine related items. How about that, eh? This is slightly forward here, I think. We've rolled on it twice before. Let's see whether we roll on the same things. Okay. 11. There's a steel-tipped, well-made pickaxe here worth 15 gold pieces. So that is a large... I'm going to put that in here. Up to 7 large items. 15 gold coins. We'll sell it back in town. And then what have we got here? 7 again. It's another pickaxe. Handpicked times 2. Well, that would be perfect if you think about it. If you want to climb up something, use 1, 2, 3, 4, and use them to sort of climb up a wall. I've got my own little kind of climbing device. Yeah, there's a little glossary at the end that describes some of those abbreviations, Adrian. So, yeah, if you're unsure, there's a couple of reference points. Okay. Well, that is awesome. So, thanks to that scroll, we took out that first undead miner. Pretty easy. Right, we're going to go this way now. Already, we've had this huge fight. I mean, we could... let's just add a little note here. So, we're in the Ancient Mine. Have I spelled that wrong? I don't care. Ancient Mine Shaft. In the first room. Oh God. First room, I cast a fireball at 2 undead miners. One bursting into flames. He's a goner. I take the second down with some incisive moves. There is mining equipment everywhere. Fantastic. The story, it's already there. We're developing a narrative already. Okay, let's roll for this next room. 4 by 2. Okay. So, I'm going to have it come down a little bit here and go 4 across here. How many exits have we got? 2. Okay, so I will do 1 down this way and then 1 up this way like this. Keeping away from that outer border for the minute. Okay, and what is in the room? That is the question. We have, let's get to the Ancient Mineshaft. What? Yellow first. 34. Uneven space. The floor here is uneven, scattered with stone. You pick your way through as you see a body lying on the floor across the space. They were carrying a bag of rocks that now lies on the ground. They have been dead for a while. Alright, so we've got a body kind of across here. I'm going to draw a kind of rough form here. Body. There's a bag here, bag of rocks. All right, uneven space. what's the next part of it? There is a pack you rummage through and find a picklock +1 3. Wow, fantastic. Blimey, just seen the time, up for work early in the morning. Great to catch the stream. It's been a while. Good luck with the deeper delving. Thank you, Adrian. Always a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Right. Yes. Right. So, I'm going to write down a lockpick here. And it's a lockpick +1 with 3 uses. 2d6 silver. Wow. 2d6 silver. 4 silver. Put that on there. And 3d6 gold +2. 10. 12 +5, sorry. 17 gold. Nice. However, as you search through it, the body moves and you realise it's a zombie miner. You hit it for 2d6 damage before the fight. 7. Okay, so it's another undead miner in this space. Right, so we've got there's been a few around here. I'm going to put it down to 11. We've already given it some damage, so that's good. So let's go straight in with the attack here. 2 5. I cannot shift. I've got a 3 2 and a 6 4, so I can't shift. How about the miner? 3 2. Nope, can't shift to that. Round 2. I rolled a 3 2, which is an exact strike, and that is a hack. You can see here that does D6 damage. And just to remind you of what the text for the exact strike is. All right. The other words, exact strike, as it does more damage. You may add your shift points to damage total, including fatigue die adjustments. So it's just a question of adding more damage. So D6 +2, 7 points of damage, taking the zombie down to 4. Fantastic. Wow. 3 4 it rolls. It cannot shift to that. Wow. I roll a 6 1. I cannot shift, unfortunately, to that one. Next round. Oh no, his attack, then it will be next round. 5 4. Well, look at that. Lean in. Can shift to 6 and 5. Lean in, D6 damage. 5 damage. Okay. Can I block that? Let's have a look. It's 6. My armor does block primary 6s and secondary 4s. Primary 4s and 5s. No blocking of the damage there. So that's 5 damage down to 25 health points. My go. Let's have a look. 4 6. No, I cannot shift to that. And he rolls a 5 5 and can shift. Does a lean in. That is 1 point of damage. Thank heavens for that. Okay. My go. 5 3. I can shift to incisive heft. Can shift it up to 6 and this up to 4, which gives it incisive heft. It can't block on blocks on primary 1s and 4s, which isn't that one. D6 8 damage. which takes it down to -4. Awesome. So, we have a 110 points next up, 983. We will just check the experience points table. Right. Level up is 1000. Okay, so we are very close to leveling up to level 4. Become a skillful adventurer, which will probably happen next time. We also roll on the same mining table again. Let's see what we get there. Tons of mining equipment. It's a good thing it's a mine. Let's get that through here. All right. Okay. 8 support beams. Right, we'll leave those for the moment. We'll come back for those. That would fill up our large slots, so I'm not going to do that. We will leave that as it is. Okay, we've got 2 exits here. Let's check out this one down here. What have we got? Now, arguably, I could push forward. Something's fallen over here. Ugh. Excuse me. Right, let's find out what this room is up here. This room down here, sorry. In the second room where you encountered 2 zombies, is there a north wall? Does it open up to the voice of just curious as I'm planning on playing tomorrow and like drawing maps? It opens up to the void. Yes. X 4x3. Okay, fantastic. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. It's up to you. It can open up to the void, or you can have like a low wall or something like that. How many exits does this have? 0 exits. Fantastic. Right, so we've got a dead end room here. What is this space? A void. The void. It's coming. Right. Okay, let's have a look here. Rooms. What number are we going to roll? Yellow first. 62. Right. 62. Green space. This room is uneven and full of nooks and crannies, recesses and holes in the walls. A green light comes from these, the source of which is a luminous moss. Green space. Wow. Okay, forgot I'd even written that one. Just put that down here. So I'm going to have like little kind of cracks and kind of bits and pieces like that. And kind of like the luminous colour is represented by some little flashing marks there. Okay, what about the green space? You may gather some and sell it for 2 gold coins back in town. If you are of the Almas ancestry, you recognize the moss and can use it to heal 2 health points per level instead. Afterwards, roll on the incidents, unexpected events mining table. Okay, we'll do that. So we found this glowing room, and there's some moss. Now I'm going to take some glowing moss, which is worth 2 gold coins. Two gold coins, not silver coins. Written on there. Let's have a look. So what else is going on in this space? 32. There is a silver plate here hidden in the dust. It has 3 indentations where gems can be placed. If you have none now, you may try later. If you do place 3 gems on any type of slots, roll on GCT1, the gems table, table in the core rules. There may be risks involved. Now, as it happens, I don't have any gemstones. So I'm going to take this item, the silver plate, 3 gems. I'm going to write it on here. Silver plate. Three gems, GCT1. Slots for 3 gems. GCT1. Okay, so if I get some gems, I'm just starting to put it into this plate. I can kind of put a value to this plate. I'm going to say it's like worth 10 silver coins when I go back to town. If I want to sell it on, I probably will. Although, if with these tables, you can increase the value of the gems substantially, so it may be worth doing. So that is there. Within this strange green room, there's this silver plate tucked in the dirt and the moss. And it's kind of almost maybe sticking out of the moss, and I grab it, and it's got something magical about it. Maybe the moss has enhanced the magic in this object, and it's created this little nest almost for maybe even if it was emeralds, they would be more powerful and have more of an effect. You could DM it that way and kind of move it forward in that sort of direction. Right, so we're going to go back through this past room, and we're going to go north into this room here and see what's in this space here. Let's get the special dice. 2 by 6. So maybe at the bottom of the mine shaft there's an entrance to 2d6 void. No, sorry, Horns fan. Void is almost like a different setting. It's set in the future of 2d6, and there's a whole nother. It's a sci-fi. I've always talked about it being set on like a space Hulk, like a 10-level ship that you have to explore, and there's like a race to the engine or something like that. You're like maintaining that forward momentum that 2d6 Dungeon has. You have to get to the engine and infiltrate. So we'll see. That's coming. 2 by 6. So that's interesting. So this one is quite vertical. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to stick it in here. And we're not rolling for door types, don't forget, because these are all archways. How many exits? 0 exits. Wow. Okay. There we go. So this one's a dead end. You want to hope that this leads around. Okay, thanks, Horns fan. So what have we got in this room here? Let's have a look and find out what this room is. Ancient Mineshaft table. Here we go. Right. 13. Rough chamber. This space is full of stone and rubble. The far wall was being mined, and there is a pickaxe leaning against the stone. You can examine it further by rolling the rock face table 1. As you look closer, you hear something behind you. Okay, so we wander into this space here, and there's like this rock face here, and there's like a pickaxe here, and then we're going to examine the rock face. I'm pretty certain I know the answer, but armor and creature interrupts are based on dice results after shift is applied, not the natural roll. Correct. That's absolutely correct. I like the idea you killed all the plants as the silver plate was reflected all the light around the room from a single shaft of light. Actions have consequences. Or maybe, right, there is a crack through the chamber and the light is shining through and reflecting off the plate like the Egyptians did to give enough light for the moss to grow well in that space. I quite like that. So you are that fits in the narrative, giving sunlight to help these plants grow. Maybe let's turn it into a positive. Right, so we're going to examine the rubble face, but as we do it, there's a noise behind us. So we'll examine the rock face first, which is rock face table 1. Let's find that one in here somewhere, all alphabetical. Where is it? There we go. Down here. What have we got? 1. The rock face is savage and rough. Sharp stone juts out everywhere. In amongst it, you see a vein of silver. There is a pickaxe here. If you mine it out, you cut yourself on the stone, lose 2 HP per level, but gain ore worth 4d6 silver. Oh, 4d6 silver. Is it worth it? I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to say no at the moment, because that will be 6 points lost, and we're at 24, which will take me down to, yeah, that's quite a vicious thing to be able to do. It's quite vicious. I can always come back to that. That is there. There is the silver here, but there is something behind me which I need to deal with. So we've got to deal with that. Maybe we'll look at that in a minute. Right. It was 13 rough chamber. Let me just write that down here as well. Rough chamber. There we go. Rough chamber. You turn to see a crazed... Oh my god, it's another undead zombie miner. I can't believe it. There are lots of other creatures in here, but it just seems to be a focus. And if you are level 4 or above, phase 2. How close am I to level 4? How weird is that? If you survive, you also find a decent metal hammer worth 4 gold coins. Then I've got to roll on the events table as well. This has been an insane encounter. Very themed. There's obviously the group of miners here that have died in this space. I mean, it is a mine shaft after all. Right. Let's get him back. Right. And is this one going to give me some hassle? I've got a throwing axe. Should we use a throwing axe? We could do that. It's a throwing axe plus 3. I like it. We know where the zombie outbreak begins. Very good, recluse. Right. So, throwing axes. Let me just read you that bit here. Throwing weapons. You can throw one throwing weapon at the start of your combat. This does not replace an attack. You still attack first. Throwing weapons always hit successfully, but they may not always cause damage. Roll a d66. If the primary die matches the creature's primary interrupt stat, or secondary die matches the creature's secondary stat, subtract that interrupt modifier from the damage done. If both the primary and secondary die match, subtract both interrupt modifiers. Throwing axes do 6 damage. Okay. Some throwing weapons include a modifier +1, for example, which adjusts the damage. So we've got 6 plus 3 is 9 damage. You can try to recover your throwing weapon after fighting, but it may have broken or become lost. If the throwing weapon was deflected by an interrupt, it is lost automatically. If the throwing weapon without it is being deflected and survived the combat, then roll a d6 on a 1 to 3. It is lost. 4 to 6. You have recovered it and put it back in your pack. Throwing axes are considered to be heavy items. Throwing axes and knives can have runes. They can. Zombie miners go into the middle void and end up in space. Indeed, they may well do. They may well do. Okay. Right, so here we go. We're going to try and throw it. So we need to roll 66. 56. Okay. If the primary die matches the creature's primary interrupt. No, it doesn't. 5. Because there's primaries 1s and 4s. Or the secondary die matches the creature's secondary interrupt stat. No, there's no secondary interrupt stats. So we are good to go. There are some prompts that will have you roll on the interruptions and unexpected table. Or now I'm imagining the central staff as a giant circus cannon launching everything that falls in. Are there game prompts that will have you... Horns fan says, are there game prompts that will have you roll on the interruptions and the unexpected table, or is it a thing where you roll on it only when you think you should be based on... No, there's prompts in the text. Just happens the 3 rooms we've rolled have all prompted me to do it. So it actually, you don't necessarily get it that often. It's been a bit of an unusual roll this time. So we roll it and it's fine. It does the damage. God, these poor old miners. So it does 9 damage, and I'm going to roll now to see whether I recover it. So I need a 4 to 6 to recover. Okay, 4 to 6 to recover, and it isn't recovered. So we lose the throwing axe. Okay, it gets broken in flight and is therefore useless when we try and recover it. So I'm rolling out because I probably would forget. Yeah, I'll point it out to you. So on this one, which is the rough chamber, it says here, also roll on IU mine table 1. See that there? That is basically, and you can see actually it's only, out of all those, there's 2, 3 out of this page of 9. So it just happens that that's the case. So round 1. Into the fight we go. We're already gathering up. See, going into the lair has also presented me with an opportunity to gather some resources for the realm. So when it goes out, I can sell some of this stuff. We can build some houses, maybe. Get some people into the realm. Well, yeah. They're unexpected, you know. It's not... You don't have to roll it every time. But we've actually been playing for like an hour. And we've only done... We've done 4 rooms, really. Usually you do a bit more than that. But because it's been so involved with the encounters. Alright. Right, my go. 1-5. 1-5. Cannot shift to that. Minor. 4-1. It's got 6 and 5 and 1 and 2. No, cannot shift to that. Round 2. 5-5. I can shift to incisive heft. Alright, which is D6 plus 3 damage. It has 9. If I roll a 6, it will be destroyed. 4, 7 damage. Not bad. Down to 2. Now, you've got to bear in mind, I have used a fair amount of resources to take these miners down as effectively as I have. If you didn't have the scroll, if you didn't have the throwing axe, this would be much tougher. I would have lost more health points. Bear in mind, I'm down to 24 health points from the 30. So this is tactical in the way that this has kind of panned out, if you like. Right, so zombie 2-6. Cannot shift to that. Turn 3. 4-5. 4-5. I cannot shift to that. And then we have 1-4. Yes, he can shift to bone fingers. D6 plus 1. 4 points of damage. That is a 1. What of my... I've got 4 primary and 4/5 primary and 4 secondary for blocking. Doesn't do any good there. What did I roll? Did I roll 3? Did I just roll a 3? That was weird. What did I roll then for its damage? Just went out of my head. Did anybody see what I rolled? I'll roll again otherwise. Vincent, take care, my friend. Anybody see? I roll again. I roll again. 3. I think that's probably what I rolled, actually. Didn't see. No problem. 3. So plus 1. So that's 4. Yeah, it was 3. I thought it was 3. 20. Okay, we're down to 20 health points. We are going to level up soon. We level up with the death of this character, which gives us another 10 health points. Alright, my go, round 4, plus 1 shift on the die here. Here we go. 3, 6. So I have 3. No, I can't. They roll a 5, 6. They can shift to D6 damage. 4 damage. I can't block any of that either. Down to 16 health. Okay, round 5. Here we go. 6, 5. I can shift that down to incisive heft. D6 plus 3. 6 points of damage. Dead. -4. Fantastic. Brian, thank you. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. Get rid of the undead miner. And it's 110, so we go up to 1093. I think that's right. There's a lot of zombies in this level. Someone better call Paul the Lone Adventurer. He's a pro at killing zombies. I was playing my first battle last night against 2 opponents. And I rolled 2 prime attacks against the creatures back to back. Felt great. I loved the rule for adding a bit of drama and flavour. Well, that's the thing. I've tried to create a narrative, a story. It's like they have mishaps and primary rolls which do something different, adding a bit of story, a bit difference to it. So yeah, that's pretty rare, so that must have felt amazing. Okay, so we are up to level 4 I should say. So we've leveled up, having killed 4 of these undead miners, zombie miners. And let's have a quick look at their levels again. We had a brief look earlier. Now, I can shift, I can take out, you do it all in this moment as well. You get the knowledge and it just rushes in. So I'm skillful and I get +2 discipline and +2 precision. So I get an extra plus, so I'm +2 precision, +2 discipline, and shift is still +2. It goes up next time. This position goes up. So I can swap out. You can have level 2 maneuvers. So we're going to do that. We're going to put in a level 2 maneuver, which is better. It's important to keep an eye on these things. So, maneuver table. When you go up a level, you can swap out 1 maneuver, just 1. And I am going to, I've got the great axe here. I'm going to take out the hack. It's a 3-2. And I might put in, what have we got there? 3-2, the double hack, which is D6 +4. So we'll do that. D6 plus 4. There. It's the same as the 3-2 double hack. I like that. It just means more of an effective attack. There. Okay. Great stuff. We're powering through this. When you get maneuver upgrades, it always seems like such a huge deal. It's a really exciting part of the game. That's a good thing. Thank you, David, for that feedback. I kind of hoped that would be the case, so that is great to hear. And then we had we had to roll on the mining table again. To a certain extent, I feel like maybe I've rolled on this table a bit too much, but it's just the luck of the draw with these things. You wouldn't necessarily roll on this table this much normally, but it just happens how it is. 3. There's a length of rope here. It's a large item. That could be very handy. Length of rope. We put it in here. Rope. Right, and that also has a value. We can sell that back at town. Okay, I don't think there's... Let me just check the room description. Because I think it said roll on that other table, didn't it? It was the rough chamber. Yes, got to roll on the incidents table as well. The unexpected ancient mine. D66. Where's this going to take me? 14. Here we are. Down here. There's something up on a high shelf. There seems to be like a high shelf thing going on here. You can climb for it, but you can climb for it, but if so, you must remain focused. Roll D6 and add your discipline. On a 9 or higher, you reach and grab it. On an 8 or lower, you fall and lose one health point per level. You can keep trying. If you retrieve it, roll on a B2 bag table 2. Okay. Right, we'll give it one go. Here we go. Oh, I didn't put the hit points up on my... automatically get... I'm going to just rub all that out. I had 16, so we're up to 26. You get 10... I can't really see it very well there. You get 10 hit points when you go up a level. Okay. So... what was the must remain? Roll 2d6 and add your discipline. My discipline, is that the one? No, it's +2. I need to get a 9 to reach and grab it. +2. Here we go. My rolls have been lucky today. 4, 6. We fall and we lose 1 health. No. Yes, 1 health point. So that's 4 points we lose. Here we go. So I'm going down to 22. Right, I'm not going to risk it any further. I'm just going to leave that ledge. There's a ledge up here with a bag on it. Up there. And we're I'm not risking any more points lost. Try again. Try. All right, one last time. Okay, here we go. 7. No, 6. 8. Ah! No, I fell. 18 points. Thank you, guys. There you go. Not trying again. Didn't quite do it. Now, in this situation, you could DM it. I've got the 2 picks, but maybe that would give me like a +2 to the roll if I use them. Try again, you coward. Better a coward that lives than a fool that dies. Right, let's try one last time then. I'm going to DM this. We're going to use the picks to assist. So I'm going to give a +2 to the roll. Didn't need it anyway, baby. All right. So we're gonna roll on this table. 10. We did it. BT2. Let's check it out. Boom. Right, this better be worth it. Better be worth it. I'm blaming you, David. Bag table 2. 76. Here we go. 7. At the bottom of the sack is a set of shackles. A metal box containing 2d6 plus 10 silver. 2d6 plus 10 silver and some Malaco leaves. Wow. Okay. So, let's put this in here. What have we got? Okay. Malaco leaves. Let's see how many doses we've got. 3 doses of Malaco leaves. Times 4. Okay. And our parents said peer pressure was a bad thing. Blame me. You were at the tables. That's very true. No, that is true. Right. So, shackles. Okay, shackles. Maybe we'll get some money for those back in town. And 2d6 plus 10 silver. 17 silver to add to the coffers. There. Okay. Not bad. Right, we're going to have a little assessment here of my character. I've got a healing potion of +10. So I'm going to use that, which brings me back up, up to 28, and I'm going to eat 4. I'm going to eat 2 of the Malaco leaves. Takes me up to 30. So we've got 30 health points there. Having, yes, that looks like a good position. Right. Okay. Fantastic. So we are at that point. We're going to leave it there. And Cornelius is in the mineshaft still. We can carry this on another time. And fending off the zombie miners. And fighting his way through this tough dungeon. It does. Time has flown. It is, my word, 12 o'clock. Over 2 hours, that was. That flew by. So, yeah, brilliant. I really enjoyed that. You can see the story evolving and changing in this space and the theme, and it definitely feels like we're in a mine, doesn't it, with all the bits and pieces that we've found. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And I apologise if I've got any of the rules slightly wrong. Thank you, David. And yes, I that was great. That was fantastic. Next week, it's going to be a Halloween special. So it will probably. We'll have a look at the. What day is it today? What's the date today? Anybody? It might be this week or next. Let me just. What is the date? Can't see it anywhere. '18th. Thanks, Mark. So that'll be the 25th. It may be the week after I do the Halloween special. So we may carry on with this next week. We'll see. I'm going to leave it there, ready to play, and carry on with Cornelius, who's now level 4. We've seen Cornelius through to level 4 through different journeys, dungeons, and realm exploration. So this character has a bit of heritage. So I'm quite attached to Cornelius now. So that's nice to feel that attachment to your character. Awesome. Okay, guys, you take care. And I've got a couple of emails to catch up on. I saw you sent me through one, Mark. Thank you. I'll have a look at that. And Jeff, thanks for the feedback. And then Nick and Ray, I'll also send you a more polished version of the game and I'll send it to you, Mark, and Jeff as well. And David, I'm going to send you the Halloween as well, so we can get a sense of whether it's kind of exciting stuff. It's difficult when you're so close to it. All Death's Eve will be on a Thursday this year. Yeah, so with the Halloween, on the 30th, my youngest is having a big party here at this house. So we are in a pressure situation. I can't be here while she has parties. Not that it happens very often, but she wants 30 people over, and I would just lose my mind I have to lock this room up, and then we flee. So we're going away for a night, but we'll be back on the Halloween. So it might be that we do a Halloween stream that night. We will be doing trick-or-treating. We're having the kids come round our house and we, do all the trick-or-treat stuff. Party at Toby's house. So, I don't know what state I'll be in. So it won't be next week for the Halloween special. It'll be during the Halloween week. We just got to figure out what day it will be. It may well be on Halloween. That'll be fantastic. That'll be cool. Yes. All Death's Eve is coming. Okay, guys. You take care. I will catch up with you very soon. Fantastic stream. I had a great time. And we will be chatting over social media up until the next stream. So thanks again, guys. And I will see you very soon.